is the Ridiculously Amazing Insurance Agent podcast hosted by me, Kelly Donahue-Piro. This show is for growing agencies looking to maximize their biggest investment, their people. We mash up our 3-minute videos from the previous week, all with tips on how to be ridiculously amazing at insurance sales, retention, processes, marketing, running in an agency, and time management. If you want them daily, like us on social media as they're posted. But let's get started. Hey everybody, so we're doing the mashup here of our another 4 time management tips. So if you've been following along, you enjoyed them, you're excited about them, just like we are. So in this mashup, we're going to talk about a couple things. We've got client tiers, super near and dear to my heart. Hopefully you feel that in my video. Heath Jaron's going to go over time blocking and the importance of it. Self-care is something I'm going to talk about leaving your baggage at the door, not bringing personal drama in, cell phones, all that stuff that is so shaky to talk about in agencies. We're going to debunk it. And last up, using your management system. So this is our adventure to time management. If you haven't heard already, we're doing a launch of our new time management course. We've updated and upgraded our past one. So this has got some new strategies and tips and tricks for the modern world. So hopefully you check it out. It's $4.95 until the end of April 2022. After that, it goes up to $9.95. Or you could subscribe to our online school for $245 a month. We hope to see you there. But let's get into our first video. So for many agencies, they haven't gone through the hassle of grading their clients, mainly because there's no great way to automate it in your management systems, at least most of them out there. So it becomes kind of like is a juice worth the squeeze? But I'm going to tell you that there's a simple way to grade your clients. You just have to kind of get the mentality down, and then anyone would know what kind of tier client they are. If you haven't started grading your clients and your team is burned out and overwhelmed and you're feeling like you can't compete every day, this is the video for you. Watch how I break down client tiers. Hey everybody, it's Kelly Donahue-Piro here with another time management tips. We have so many time management tips because it's one of the things that we specialize in. But today is something I'm really passionate about, which is tiering your clients. I think in insurance, a lot of times we actually overservice our lowest tier clients and we underserve our best clients. And what that leads to is a lot of confusion. And so we actually treat our best clients sometimes worse than our worst clients. And that's something that we can't sustain. So we want to talk about tiering clients, and I find that the simplest way to do it is actually by policy count. You can look at premium, but then you look at somebody like me who might have a couple policies, different businesses. It's not always easy to track. So policy count tends to be the strongest because even though I might have multiple companies, I might have 3 or 4 for each company, and that adds up to VIP status. So I usually look at bronze is 1 policy, silver is 2, gold is 3, VIP is anything more than that. And you can obviously have a couple other tiers. Sometimes we have the turkey tier, which is below, just we don't want them anymore. We might have super VIP, which means they are very influential. But the idea is we tier them so then we know who takes first priority, who gets the first renewal calls, who gets, Christmas cards, whatever it might be. Or my favorite is on a day where it's crazy and chaotic and you have multiple competing priorities, let's take a deep breath and say, you know what, our A-level clients need to go first. Our platinum clients and VIPs go first, and then the other ones follow. But when time is our biggest asset and we don't know how much is coming at us all day, we need a way to prioritize. I often look at this like airlines. Now, everybody knows I fly an awful lot. But I flew, a great example is I fly 90% Delta. And so when something happens, and this recently happened, Boston was getting hit by big snowstorms. They actually had me rebooked on 4 different flights, and they even bought me a first class ticket on another airline to try to get me home. No cost to me, just trying real hard to take a really difficult situation and turn it positive. Now, on the flip side, I was originally supposed to come home on JetBlue. I don't really fly them that much. They're just not in my territory. Well, when I got the notification, they said that they could get me home. It was Thursday. They said they could get me home on Tuesday, 4 days later. So Delta prioritized me when I rebooked on Delta to try to get me the best experience. JetBlue, I got bumped, which is fair. I almost never fly them. So you have to be thinking too, at the end of the day, we have to prioritize our top tier clients to give ridiculously amazing service. So if you haven't started tiering your clients, I recommend it's a strategy you look into, and it is in our all-new time management class. You might be sick of hearing me say this, but our all-new time management class launches ASAP, and I hope that you take advantage of it. We have a great discount on it until the end of the month. So what are we waiting for, people? Time management means executing now and not delaying, and that is the most important thing in the world. So take care, everybody. Tier your clients, buy the time management course, and we'll see you in the next video. So every time management book I've ever read, and I've read quite a lot, it's sort of one of my passions, is all about, time blocking, having boundaries, having respect for your time, and understanding that when you say yes to something, you're always saying no to something else. So in this video, we review time blocks and how critical they are in insurance agencies, and Heath Sharon talks a little bit about how it's worked for him.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the mayor here with a 3-minute video. And I'm so glad that you're here today. Be proud of yourself for being here. We've been talking about time management quite a bit lately. And a lot of you are saying, but I don't have time to do it all. There's so much going on. And how do you make the time, for the time management things that we're talking about? And the email, fixing your emails and putting stuff in the system and getting your task in order. How do you have time for that? I'm going to tell you, time blocking. Time blocking. I think that's going to be so helpful to you, and we're a big fan of that over at APP. And, you talk about what is time blocking. It's like a real high focus time, an intentional time to work on a couple of tasks, 3 or 4 tasks, whatever it might be, depending on how long your focus time is, how long your time block is. And you got to figure out, when you do this, how long you're going to do it, how many days a week you're going to do it, figure out what you're going to do. And we'll get into some of that. First of all, I would start off with how long you're going to do it. And, whether it's an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it might be, whatever works for you and your agency. If you were to do, 90 minutes 2 times per week, you get a lot done. That's 3 hours out of your week. Focused, intentional time. You might need 3 times a week, or 1 hour a day, maybe, however that works. But, second part of that is once you figured out how long you're going to do it, you got to map out what you're going to do during that time. And you've got to stay intentional with that, whether it's prospecting, whether it's renewal reviews, whether it's quotes, whether it's backlogged tasks, or, as we get started in some of this stuff, and maybe you're backlogged on your emails, and maybe you've got 200 emails and you're trying to get to the 0 inbox we're preaching. Maybe you need a time block for a week or 2 just to get that down to 0, and make sure you stay at 0 or at least 10 a day in your inbox. You got a time block for that. I think that's huge. I think once you get that time block out, make sure you map that out, write down what you're going to do during that time. Okay, I'm going to spend 30 minutes prospecting or 45 minutes prospecting, and then I'm going to enter them in the system, all the X dates that I got, or maybe I'm going to work on renewal reviews. I'm going to do my call sheet, and I'm going to get everything ready, or backlog tasks. Maybe you wake up, and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm 39 tasks open in my inbox for my task, which is what happened to me recently. You just got time blockers. Okay, I got to knock some stuff out. I've been on the road so much, I got to do this. Or I've been out prospecting so much, I got to do that. Or I've had to have heavy workload other places and been productive in other areas. I've kind of fallen behind on this or that task. Time block. Also, I think a big part of time blocking is you got to tell the team. What I suggest and what we suggest, what Kelly suggests and what we all think is best is to set a calendar date with yourself and put on there do not book or time block or whatever it might be, and invite your whole team on there so they all see it on your calendar and they all know, okay, Billy Bob, Heath, Jimmy, Julie, Sally, whatever, whoever you are, is time blocking for the next hour. Don't mess with them. The ones that didn't make it on the calendar or they didn't see it or whatever, put a note on your desk or on your door. If you have a door, if you have a cubicle, put on the outside of your cubicle that says, I'm time blocking for the next hour. One of those signs you put on the door. This is we'll return in 1 hour, and you flip the door over, flip the sign over, whatever it might be. Make sure that you let everybody know. Set the meeting with yourself, send a calendar invite, put a note on your desk, something that lets everybody know you're on a time block. Here's what you're doing. Here's what's going on. So they can respect that. And then the last little thing I'll tell you is honor that time. It's really easy when you have a time block. You don't have a specific thing at that time or a phone call, an appointment or whatever to abuse that time. No. If you've got this timed out, mapped out, what you're going to do, stick to that schedule. Don't look at it like, oh, I've got an hour and a half time block. I can kick my feet up and catch up on Facebook, or I can take a nap, or if someone calls in the middle of something better, you can do that. No, this is high focus, intentional time. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I really look forward to hanging out with you on the next one.
So there's one thing that I'm committed to solving as I turn 40, which is eradicating the word busy from insurance agencies. So often, so many times, we're not hitting our agency's potential just because our team is busy. And sometimes they're busy doing the wrong things. They're over-servicing the least desirable clients, or they're not sure how to manage email and tasks, so they're just working off of 5 different places. Or inevitably, they're taking too many payments, which the carriers can take. There's about 10 different core issues that agencies face with time management, and lo and behold, we have just revamped our time management course to tackle each one by one for your team. What I've found in my experiences is that when agencies feel like there's a little bit more time in the day, the cross-selling increases, the follow-ups on new business explode, and ultimately your team turnover is lower because they're not as stressed. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, how does time management help me grow my agency? It helps you avoid all the obstacles that you're spending too much time on, such as putting out fires. And when your team is working uniformly and collectively and can do this thing, which is raise their hand and ask for help, and you as a leader have metrics to manage backlog, you can dive in and be more productive and efficient for your clients. So it's been said that all of our programs hinge on time management. If you can nail down time management, you can make renewal calls. You can have a better closing ratio. You can run your agency more efficiently and effectively, and that's what I've solved in this course. I hope that you become a student. I hope that you subscribe to our courses, because if your team meetings are lagging and your team needs access to great knowledge, our courses are the answer. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started moving your team from busy to effective, and let's go ahead and eradicate that B word from all of our agencies. Have fun and let's go kill it, guys. We want to make your agency ridiculously amazing, and all that starts out with efficiency and effectiveness in your client experience. What are you waiting for? Let's go do it. So in this video, I talk about something that's really hard to talk about in agencies, which is self-care. But if your team has a lot of, drama going on at home, cell phone addictions, not taking care of themselves, not sleeping, other things like that, it does impact your client experience, the team, your performance. And so I'm going to kind of talk about that in this video. And this may be a great one to share. It's also a topic of our new course, so check that out too. Next up, something that I think I love talking about, which is, in order to be the most ridiculously amazing agent, to be the best version of you, best for your clients, best for your team, best for, yourself, you have to take care of yourself. And I think a lot of times I see, especially females, putting themselves last. And that's why it's so important that we have the opportunity to take care of ourselves, whether that's working out, eating healthy, getting a good night's sleep. When you're not taking care of yourself, it shows. We can only do that for so long before we all show signs of fatigue. But taking care of yourself means getting to work on time. It also means leaving drama at the door, or if you're having personal issues, that you stop for a second and you say, you know what, here they are. They're at the door. They will be here when I get back, and I'm taking a vacation for them. And I got trained that very early on in my career, that you can just put them there and pick them up on your way out. This also means not using your cell phone, not having all those interactions and distractions. You have to have boundaries with people. And that also means, let's be honest, and good night's sleep is really important. Let's also be honest that we need to eat well, exercise, take good care of ourselves. That's how we're going to show up the best. If we're coming in at a B level, our clients get a B level. If we're coming in at an A+ level, our clients get an A+ level. So check yourself. Are you bringing too much personal baggage into the office place? Because it's not necessary. We need to champion and cheerlead our best success strategies. And that means taking care of ourselves first. It's the old airline, right? You put the mask on first, then you help others. That's how it has to go. And this is also a part of our time management course. I know that this is a delicate issue in agencies of how do we talk about personal issues coming into the agency? Well, we hit that square on in this course. Again, it's $4.95 until the end of the month. So what are we waiting for? My time management spidey senses say we should hop on this right now and buy it, right? Or you could subscribe to our school and get all of our courses: time management, retention, sales, how to reduce remarketing, how to cross-sell. So all of these are great strategies for you, your team, and anyone that's associated with it. So I'm going to give you a time management tip. Buy it now, don't delay. We'll see you in our next video. Our final frontier is using your management system. So many people use their management system just for themselves, but there's power in knowing how it works to optimize your day. And there's so much in management systems that people aren't using to unlock time management. So Heath Sharon talks a little bit about this in this video.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the mayor here, Heath Sharon, with another 3-minute video. Be proud of yourself for being here, because it does show that you care about your craft and you want to get better. I am super proud of you being here. I think it's super awesome. And I wanted to talk to you today, again, as we're talking about time management, I want to talk to you today about your management system and how to use it to have better control over your time. I think it's crucial that everything needs to be attached and documented in the system. If you'll go back several weeks back, we talked about the 2-minute rule. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. But everything has got to be attached and documented. The faster and the cleaner it gets inputted, the better service we can provide to our clients. Also, if you think about it, not only a client experience perspective, but also from a team experience. If you do have to go to lunch, or if you're out on vacation, or if you do win the lottery, or you're sick that day, and you've got everything documented correctly, quickly, and effectively in the management system, then obviously your team experience can be a lot better. And they're going to be able to help your clients, or their clients for that matter. So make sure that you get everything put in there clean and quickly into the management system. It's also just a smart move from an E&O perspective. If something does come up, or something does happen, you've got it documented in the system, it can help prevent a large claim. We call it air traffic control. Your management system is a central hub, the air traffic control, the whatever you want to call it, for your agency. And, you want to make sure that, you've got everything put into one spot. Imagine if planes are flying over in a real air traffic control situation, had 6 or 7 different ports of information come in from everywhere, and headsets were going crazy with so much different info flying in. It would be inefficient, it'd be ineffective, it'd be scary. Pilots wouldn't know what to do. It'd just be a mess. Same thing with your agency. So again, I go back to several weeks ago, we talked about the 2-minute rule. Remember, if you're listening, you were watching this right now, and you remember a couple weeks ago, if it takes more than 2 minutes, then you're going to document it and do it later. If it takes less than 2 minutes, just go ahead and do it and then document it. Again, keyword of both those scenarios is document. Put the tasks in. If you think about it, tasks are the best way to keep up with things. If you just quickly document it, or if you'll quickly do it and then document it, you can put them in a task for that matter. Tasks have a due date, tasks have priority, and tasks are always linked to specific accounts, depending on the CRM or depending on the agency management system you use. You want to make sure that you have them all linked and you put them in like that. It's super awesome for a management of time perspective. The other thing we talk about in time management, you may have heard it from Kelly already, is a clean desk. When you're cleaning off your desk and you've got, files here and you've got files here, you want to go take those to the copier or the printer, whatever, scan them in, and then from there, attach them to whatever account or whatever it might be in the management system and get them off your desk so you get a nice, clean surface over here. I think that's huge. The only thing on my desk is my Sprite here. You want to make sure you keep that clean desk. So, again, going back to management system. So you want to make sure you have everything documented cleanly, fast. You want to make sure to continue the 2-minute rule, put it in this task, and then when you're cleaning off your desk and making sure that happens, scan it in, put it in the system. And I think effective use of a good management system is the best way to save time and a most effective use of time management. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me today.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our 3-minute videos. As you know, we don't have any sponsors. We do this just to give back to the insurance community. So if you liked it, make sure you like it, share it, comment, show it to your team. If you want to work with us, reach out. We have so many great programs. We can do time management live in your agency virtually, or you have a do-it-yourself option through our school. So check all that out. But if your team is overwhelmed and walking around like we're putting out fires all the time, that is the exact time where you need to call time out and get time management in your agency. We'll see you soon, everybody.